Hey up everyone, Magpie Gaming here, I hope you're all doing well. So Battlestate Games have leaked some images which give us an insight into what we can expect from the game going forward. Now I've got to say guys, I have a real issue with people that call these leaks, even though I'm calling them leaks myself. A leak can't come from the actual company that's showing you the stuff. That's not how a leak works in my book. A leak is something that's leaked by an employee that's undercover, or somebody's infiltrated a company and stolen information. That's a leak. A leak doesn't come directly from Battlestate Games, but there you go, everybody calls them leaks, so that's my little rant over and done with. So we've had a number of images posted across their social media showing us images of the studios, and one of the main things I take away from this, other than the things that we might be getting in the game such as weapons and locations etc, is that they are back in the studio. They are back working in the studio where they have been away from for quite some time. Now I don't know the time period exactly that they were away from the studio, but obviously the pandemic affected Russia quite bad and they had to do working from home like a lot of countries around the world have had to do, and there was one of them that had to abandon the studio and start working from home. And I do think that's one of the reasons patches such as 12.8 was so late, was because they were having to work from home. They couldn't fit anything into those patches that they wanted to. So yeah, it's good to see them back in the studio, and the studio looks a really good place to work. It looks bright and airy, very very modern. It's kind of hard to shake the stereotypical view that you have of Russia, especially as a European or somebody from England such as myself. You still have this kind of take on it as this Cold War place that's all down and dark and dank and dismal, and it's really not like that. Modern day Russia is very very nice, and that's presented quite well in the Battlestate Games studio. It looks a great place to work. So some of the things that they've shown off is some of the weapons that we will be getting going forward. There were a couple of pistols. Now a few days ago they leaked some renders. I say leaked some renders, they just published some renders of a pistol that we will be getting. Now I don't have too much information on this pistol, you will see it on screen right now. This is, as far as I know, a Russian pistol. It is the standard go-to for, I think it's the Russian armed forces, I'm not too sure, or it could be the police, I am 100%. I did read a post somewhere where somebody explained all about it, but I don't remember all of it. But it's not a bad looking pistol. It has already a little rail attachment underneath, so fitting a flashlight or a laser is going to be very easy to this. You're not going to have to purchase a separate rail. It's already built in, ready to go. So yeah, like I say, I don't know too much about this pistol. The next one is this image that shows a number of weapons on a table, and of course you can see the iconic Desert Eagle there. This is one of my favourite little hand cannons from my Counter-Strike days. I loved the Deagle. It was just one of those guns that you could one-tap people with. No doubt you'll be able to do that with this gun in Escape from Tarkov if you get your shot off just right. But yeah, it's an iconic pistol and I can't wait to see it in Escape from Tarkov. Then we have this one, the USP Elite, which is a .45 weapon. Again, I don't know too much about this pistol, but being .45, it's going to be a little banger. But yeah, like I say, I don't know too much on this. I'll have to do a little bit of research into these guns and maybe produce a more in-depth video on them. But again, looks a great render. Now, of the three pistols that we've just seen, the Desert Eagle is the one that we haven't got an in-game render for. It's basically just shown on a desk. So whether it's good to go with the others and they just haven't shown us an in-game render, or whether it's a gun that's going to be coming down the line, I'm not too sure right now. The next image of interest is this one of this rifle, which is spread across two screens. This is obviously quite a big gun, but yeah, I'm not too sure on what this is. Is it already in the game? It looks like the Lapua 338, but I'm not too sure. Again, it's another gun that I have no information on at all, but looks quite big and looks a little bit scary. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what that one is when they finally drop us a little bit more information on that. And then we have some images that look like locations that people are working on. There's one where it's sort of a street location and the guy's working on putting the air conditioning units against the walls, and I'm going to say that that's obviously Streets of Tarkov. And there's another one which is like a top-down view where it looks as though you're looking at some gardens at the rear of quite a large building. Again, most likely Streets of Tarkov. We haven't seen too much on the terminal. Now there's rumours going around by a lot of YouTubers and streamers that Terminal is a map that is currently being worked on as well. The reason I think a lot of people are surmising that is because we see a lot of what Terminal would look like in real life in the recent Raid episode. That is the place that those guys are working their way towards, and that is the place that they ultimately end up in and then end up dying in. Sorry if you haven't watched the episode, I've just given it away. But yeah, I haven't seen anything in these pictures that show they're working on the terminal map, but they did ask a few days ago what map people would like to see next, and I think a lot of people said they'd like to see terminal. So yeah, whether that's been worked on or not, I do not know, but certainly Streets of Tarkov is still being very much worked on by the guys at Battlestate. Then we had an images of some Ferraris. Well, we had an image of some Ferraris. Whether or not that's just somebody's collection on the desk at Battlestate, because they all seem to have these little trinkets and little toys and that on their desks, I'm not sure. But we do know that in Streets of Tarkov there is going to be a car dealership where one of the bosses is going to be based. So it could be that there's going to be some Ferraris in that dealership and they've been modelling those cars. Obviously in the game they won't be called Ferraris for trademark reasons, they'll be called something else. So I look forward to seeing what they're actually going to call them in the game. But yeah, it looks as though those will be rendered into the game at some point, most likely in this car dealership. And then the next one we have is what people are seeing as the next faction that will be in the game, and this is the Black Division, or Division Black, and it's rumoured that these were the guys that turned up at the end of the latest raid edition. So yeah, it looks as though we're going to have a new faction. Don't have any information on those guys whatsoever other than the armband and the little logo that they have. That is all the information that we've got. They speak with an American voice in the raid episode, so it's looking like they're on the side of USEC, but we'll have to wait and see. Those are the ones that managed to secure the genetic information that the guys were carrying in their secure package. So yeah, you can surmise a lot from the pictures that we've seen. You can read into them a bit too much, I think, sometimes. One of the things that I'm wondering is that they secured genetic information from experiments that the Terror Group have been doing. I mean, I might be throwing out something that's way out there, but are we going to be looking at some sort of zombie faction at some point within the game? Now, I'm not expecting from Battlestate Games that we will get a full-on zombie mode. I think that would be a little bit too much, and I don't think a lot of people would be too happy about that. But are we going to get some sort of genetically modified scav brought into the game? It's going to be interesting to see where they take that. The possibilities with Escape from Tarkov are endless, so we'll have to wait and see what they do. But I've enjoyed all of these pictures. No doubt they will keep putting more out over the coming days. They tend to do this in waves now and again. You'll get a week where you get so many pictures brought out, so there probably will be more. But yeah, some exciting stuff coming in the game. So if you have any information on the weapons that have been featured and you can fill in the blanks that I have, please do so in the comments section down below. Let me know what you're looking forward to coming in the game going forward. Obviously all of this stuff that we're looking at, we have absolutely no idea what patch it will be in, when it will come out, but obviously it is all in the works. So let me know what you're excited for in the comment section down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.